Once upon a time, the queen fell in love with the village idiot. But the queen was respectable, and she couldn't let a passing phase, a short-term infatuation, derail the crown and throne, and so the queen summoned the ladies of the court. And she told the ladies of the court, "I think I am sort of in love with the village idiot." And the ladies of the court told the queen, "Do not worry, we shall handle this. We will investigate the village idiot for you." It didn't take long for rumors to reach the village idiot, and when the village idiot was in the village square, someone approached him and said, "Idiot, the queen is sort of in love with you." "Sort of in love with me?" The idiot replied. "That's very confusing. That's like giving someone sort of a promise. That doesn't mean much of anything. What am I supposed to do with this?" But no one could offer him any advice in the village square. So the idiot decided to go seek out men who were much wiser than he was. And the first man that he sought was Sir Sam. And the village idiot said to Sir Sam, "Sir Sam, the queen is sort of in love with me." Sir Sam responded, "That's very confusing and not very promising. You must remember, idiot, that winter approaches, and soon you really should be thinking about your future, instead of chasing away after some vague words." The idiot considered this, and thought that it was good advice, and he agreed that he needed to take care of his future. And so he went off to go get advice from a second person, the Earl of Ericsland. And the village idiot told the Earl of Ericsland, "The queen is sort of in love with me." And Earl told the idiot, "I don't know much about love, but I do know that there's a library nearby, and you should go to Kevin the librarian, and Kevin will be able to give you all the books on love that he has, and then you can learn more." The idiot agreed that it was always good to learn more, and he went off to go to the library. There the librarian offered him all the books on love that he had, and Kevin the librarian told the idiot, "It will take some time to read these, but there's never too high a price to pay for being prepared. So please, read these 101 books on the subject of love." And the idiot agreed to read the 101 books on the subject of love. Seasons changed. It took so long for the idiot to read all these books that by the time that he closed the very last page of the very last book, the ladies of the court returned. And they looked at the idiot in the library and they said, "You idiot, you've spent the last 6 months of the year here in the library, while the queen was sort of in love with you. And we can clearly see for all of us that this was a bad idea, and that you should never have been with the queen. Good day." Now the idiot was crushed, for he was ready for love, but had missed his chance. Dejected, the idiot climbed up to the mountains and left the village square far behind. And he climbed up the mountains and went up to the high wizard's tower of the wizard Andrew. And he went all the way up to the third floor of the wizard's tower, and there the idiot said, "Your Grace, mighty wizard, I had wasted my time thinking when I should have been acting, and now the queen is surely no longer sort of in love with me." "Sort of in love?" the wizard replies. "That's very confusing." "It is what I was told," the idiot responded. "I took this news and I sought advice, and I began to prepare for the future." "Indeed," said the wizard. "To help you in your plight, I offer you my emerald telescope. Look on inside the emerald telescope, and you will see something that you have never seen before." The idiot did so, and he looked through the telescope. "What do you see?" asked the wizard. "I see the queen," said the village idiot. "And what about the queen?" said the wizard. "I see that she is sort of in love with me." "Now look again," said the wizard. "Look through the emerald telescope again and see something you have not seen." The idiot did so. "What do you see?" asked the wizard. "I see myself." "And what about yourself?" "I see that I am sort of in love with the queen." "Great," said the wizard. "But what are you still doing here?" Well, the village idiot wasn't too much of an idiot to take a hint. So he left the tower, climbed down the mountain, and went back to the village square to go find the queen. And when he did find the queen, he looked at her and said, "Queen, I'm sort of in love with you." And the queen looked at him and said, "I'm sort of in love with you." And they admitted that they were both sort of in love with each other, and that was enough. And they kissed. Now I would tell you what happens next, but that is a story for another time.